Hello, hi. Talking to you today about what I was asked. It's a private question, but I just thought I'm sure there are other people who would want to know. And so I'm sharing, which is what are the three things you do, Stella, every day, compulsorily for me? So thank you so very much for joining me again. Stella Blaze here with you as always. And like I've said, most of the things I talk to you about are based on my experience, either something I'm going through or something I've gone through or something that I gave up on or something I'm working on, or rather on how I am working on whatever it is. So today my post is not so much as to sharing with you a particular thought on certain on or a topic, but more of answering a question, a private question, and I think I needed to share because I'm sure there will be one or two other persons that wants to know what Stella does in the mornings, like compulsorily. So now there's a post that I put out some time ago where I talked about rituals, your rituals, and if you consistently do these, it becomes part of you. So my three rituals, because this person asked for three, I actually have four things I kind of compulsorily do, even when I felt at the beginning of the year that I couldn't really do much. I was a bit ill. I still did these things. Well, except the walks. So the first one is gratitude. Sometimes I'm on my bed and I'm doing my gratitude to God, because that's a big thing for me. Even though almost every second of the day I'm grateful to God. In between all that is happening, I am grateful to God. But talking about beginning of the day, gratitude. I start off my day compulsory in a mindset, in a frame of mind that is filled with gratitude. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. There's a post I put out where I talked about energy and how another one on how not to have a bad day. Gratitude is fantastic to inculcate into one's daily rituals. And then the second one I have is while still on my bed, before I even open my door to get out to say good morning to those around and all that, is I read. Now, this reading thing stems from the fact that sometimes, some years down the line, some years ago, I trained myself, with regards to reading. Not reading from my phone, but reading a book. I love books. So I love to read books and I love to annotate, and I can go back even when I can't read the whole thing, just see what I have written. Kind of reminds me of what that particular page is all about. So I read. Now, when I say first thing in the morning reading, I'm not saying reading a whole book, because overnight, going to bed, I probably read up to a particular point. And then, so when I pick it up in the morning and I've read the annotations that I have, kind of remind myself, and then probably read a few lines or read a page, depending on the time I have. And then I close again. I put something to show, or a marker, just so I know where I stop to be able to continue at night. But I read compulsorily in the mornings. Very, very important. So number one is my gratitude pattern, my gratitude way, my gratitude strategies. We all have it in different forms, in different ways. I'm not saying there's a particular way, or rather I don't need to tell you how I do my gratitude. It's up to you to decide how you do yours. It's always good for people to come up with theirs. That way you're comfortable with that. So my gratitude is number one. Number two is reading. And number three, I actually have it here, is I'm still on my bed though. I'm still on my bed. I bring this out, before this, I used to have a notepad that I use and all that. My daughter gifted me this because she knows I like to do all this planning and all that. And then what I do, so for example, I don't need to show you what I wrote in mine. So assuming is, let's say Wednesday. Previously, before I go to bed, I still use this because what I have from carryover from Tuesday that I haven't done, and I think I can still do it on Wednesday, I have it penned down. So in other words, what I'm going to do on Wednesday, assuming today is Wednesday, I have penned down already overnight. So my taking it up after my little read is just to see, remind myself of what I have to do. Maybe sometimes I've just penned down 4 or 5 things or even 2 things to do. And then I asterisk, which is important, the most important thing that I need to do for the day. So those are the 3, because the person asked me what are the 3 things I compulsorily do. So that is it. Those are the 3 things. Now, if I add a bonus, the 4th is getting up, doing stretches, and going for a walk. Now, I've talked in the past about doing exercising and all that, and the fact that my exercising times are not rigid. So I could go in the morning, depending on my plan for the day, or I could go in the evening. So this varies, but I have to do. Recently, a few weeks ago, I kind of missed out 5 days of not going for walks. Yeah, I tried to do some stretches, but not going for walk, and then it affected me because I went up. I went to a particular office. We had to take the stairs just to the 2nd floor, and I was panting. So it made me to go back into my routine of compulsorily going for walks, even if it's 15 minutes. But I tend to want to time, or not just time, but count my steps, have it counted. So from 5,000 to 10,000, I don't go past that because, of course, I don't want to overdo anything. So those are the 4 compulsory things I do on a daily basis. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's taking me quite a long time to get used to this, training myself and training my mind, so it is now part of me, especially the gratitude one. I mean, I can't get out of my bed without saying, Father, thank you, and thanking God for the gift of life and so on and so forth, and thanking him for what I'm about to do for the day. And then I go into the little read from the previous night, where I stop maybe a few lines or half of the page or a full page or 2 pages, depending on the time I have that morning. And then I go to my planner, my daily planner. Yeah, I go into these. I start the most important thing that I have to get through in the day, because sometimes you could have so many things written and you end up not even doing more than 2 or 3. No problem, you move it on to the next day. So those are the compulsory things I do on a daily basis. Thank you so much. Keep sharing. Leave me a comment and turn on the notification bell if you haven't done that yet. One thing I've stopped sharing via WhatsApp, so that I'll see how many people have subscribed, because if I send it to you on WhatsApp, then you are able to just know. But I decided, okay, let's see how many people have subscribed and turn on the notification bell, so that automatically you will get my postings. Thank you so much again for sparing your time from your busy schedule to come and see or listen to what I have to share. Like I say, some of these things I share might not be for you, might be for somebody you know. Just pass it on and tell them to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye-bye.